everyone, it's Shell from Scrap Secrets and welcome back to my channel. Today's day 12 in the 2024 Countdown to Christmas series with Marie from Marie's Vermont Creations. Our technique for today was to create a black and silver card, and we're going to be doing some heat embossing using an older stamp set from Honeybee Stamps called Seasons Tweetings. I'm starting off with a piece of cardstock that measures 3 3/4 by 5 inches, and we're applying some light kaolin clay to the back with a makeup brush. I got these both off of Amazon, and the light kaolin clay is what's in those anti-static powder tools, so I just don't have the bag for it. I use this makeup brush to apply it. I'm putting it all over the cardstock because we are going to be doing a lot of heat embossing. And once that's done, I'm going to carefully pick it up and place it in my stamp wheel. I'm then going to start the design of the card. I had something in mind, and you'll see how the process changes as I'm going through. And while you're watching me put the design together, I thought I would talk to you a little bit about this series. If you're new, welcome. If you are coming back, welcome back. If you have not checked out the intro video for this series, make sure you head over to the more information section underneath this video, and you'll find the link to the intro video as well as a link to Marie's channel and a link to the playlist for this series. So I've been doing this series for a little while. Marie has done, this will be the second season that she's done the whole entire series. 3 years ago, she did one day, and then I asked her to do it last year, and then again this year. It's been so much fun so far. We've been getting really great comments. I hope that you are all enjoying this series as much as we are. At the end, you will have 100 videos between the two of us from the past 2 years with different themes, techniques, and ideas for your holiday cards. Now, we have done 25 different themes and techniques and ideas versus last year, so they will all be completely different. So you will have a ton of inspiration to choose from. Okay, back to the card. I'm working on the final design idea. I decided to switch it from horizontal to vertical because I had an image in my head of 3 birds instead of just the 2 that would fit horizontally, and kind of rules of design, not that you have to follow them, but one of the things is to put items in a triangle and also to do them in uneven numbers. So I decided that I just wanted to focus on the 1 bird, change up the way the sentiment looked a little bit, and this design was just felt right to me in the end. You know, a lot of times I will have an idea in my mind and what actually comes out is completely different. So using the stamp wheel is great because you can stamp it multiple times if you have issues with it not stamping properly, not the whole thing stamping out. And also, you can make adjustments to the design. For example, that top right music note was giving me such a hard time. It wasn't laying correctly. It was kind of falling over because it's such a tiny piece. But when you put it onto the lid of the stamp wheel, it's really easy to make an adjustment there. So I'm going to ink it up with Versamark ink, stamp it down. It only needed to be stamped down 1 time, which was fantastic. I have used some of these stamps before, but not all of them. But it did give a really nice stamped impression. And then I'm going to be using some really old Recollections embossing powder in this silver glitter. Off to the side, I'm going to heat up my Wagner heat tool on level 2 and then bring it over to my cardstock to help minimize some warping, and we're going to emboss the image. I love watching the embossing powder melt. It's one of the coolest techniques. So after this is done and it has cooled down for a couple seconds, I'm actually going to take a paper towel and spritz it lightly with some water to wipe off any of that extra kaolin clay that you see on top of it. And then we're going to get started putting the card together. I have a piece of silver cardstock that measures 4 by 5 1/4. I did cut out the center piece of it with a postage stamp die because I'm cheap and I love this cardstock and don't want to waste it, and you're not going to see it behind this black panel. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of the Bearly Arts glue on right around the scallops, and this will attach the front panel to it. You don't want to put it around the edges because the black panel is not as large. You can also go ahead and put the glue around the black piece, but I didn't want it to get into, I didn't want it to be all over my desk, so I figured this was the easiest way. Then we're going to flip it over and we're going to be using that same glue on the back. You won't see all of this because Oreo does jump up onto my desk in a second after I go ahead and do the scoring for the card base. Card base measures 8.5 by 5.5. I'm scoring at 4.25, and then using the bone folder to burnish that crease to create an A2 size card. And now we're going to do the Bearly Arts glue on the back of it, and then this is when Oreo jumps up. You will see him with his pathetic little cone around him. He looks so sad, but it's necessary. So I did not get the rest of the filming done up until this part, so you just missed me gluing it down to the card front. Now I'm going to be using some stickles to create some dots on the front. I don't know that I love this. I think that I probably should have just done the dots on the music notes and then colored in the hat and saved the other dots. I'm not sure. You guys have to tell me what you think. I thought that it wasn't enough silver, and I always think it needs something extra. I did try to find some sequins or something that I could put on there, but I didn't like the silver that I had found. I probably could have dug through a bunch more of my bins to find the other ones, but I found these stickles and I just went with it. So let me know in the comments what you think. Should I have added them? Should I not have added them? Sometimes they go too far and you just can't pull it back. So that is the card for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have comments or questions, please feel free to leave them below, and I will see you again real soon for another video. Bye.